Hey, welcome to episode 3 of the Prince of Wales Theatre Show. Well, folks, have we got a treat for you today? I'm joined, as ever, by the inimitable, the majestic Richard Kay, the manager of the Prince of Wales Theatre. He's with us. He's going to be joining us in just a moment. Today, we're going to be talking to you about a smorgasbord of shows and some great news about a brand new guide coming your way soon, covering all of the Prince of Wales Theatre events from August all the way through to the end of the year. It's a real autumn and winter spectacular. We're also going to be talking to a couple of great folks who are going to be running Seize the Stage for children this coming summer. In fact, just a few weeks away, talking to you much more about that when we get the chance. That's on the Saturday the 26th of July. And after that, lots more stuff for kids because the school holidays are here. And we've got a great performance that the kids are going to be leading up to of The Forbidden Planet, and Adam Seeger is going to be talking to us about that later on. But hey, let's be honest, this is the Richard Kay Show. How are you today, sir?
I'm very well, Dave. Thank you for your kind words, but delighted to be back with you again.
It's been a while. We had a schedule and we broke it, because that's what theatre life's like.
Well, exactly, Dave. You know, it's a busy world in theatre land, and you know, there's much to do before we get many a show on, much to do before we put a full season's entertainment together. But the important thing is we're back now and we're ready to go.
We've got the youngsters at the heart of the show today. We mentioned Saturday the 26th of July, this Seize the Stage, a series of workshops. You've got the Birmingham Rep in, you've got makeup artists aplenty. Don't want to steal the show from Louise Rose from the Community Arts and Wellbeing team over at WLCT in Cannock. Sounds like a great event, Richard. I would urge any kid between the age of 7 and 18 to get over there, because you never know what you might learn.
No, totally, David. I'm certainly not going to steal Louise's thunder, and she will tell you in much more detail in a few minutes what's going on there. But just to say, from the Prince of Wales Theatre's point of view, boy, are we delighted to have Birmingham Rep travelling up and putting workshops together for local youngsters, and that's just one of a range of activities that are going on. And as I said, I'm not going to go into that in great detail. But it's just to say, it is something that, you know, the theatre here, we're very, very supportive of it. We can see some really great outcomes for youth activity at the theatre here on the back of all the work that we're doing with local youngsters. And watch your space, because we really hope that it's going to generate lots of ideas and lots of activity that local kids can get involved in here.
I think we both need to go to the makeup demo for other reasons than the stage.
I think that's probably fair comment, Dave. Although it may well be that is one area that I may steer clear of on the day at my age.
Oh, just a bit of foundation and blusher, that's all I need. Now, talking about makeup, Richard, the entertainment guide for the Prince of Wales Theatre has had a little bit of a transformation. I'm looking at it now, hot off the press. It's online as we speak. I'm sure the wonderful listeners of the Prince of Wales Theatre Show will be able to have it in their virtual hands. It's looking amazing, Richard. You must be delighted with it.
Yeah, it's definitely had a makeover. We've gone for a brand new design now, Dave, which we're absolutely chuffed with. You're absolutely right. It's online as we speak, and I'm sure you'll plug the website shortly. But we've also got hard copies here to mail out to people and to give out people through the box office. So please get in touch with us, because a lot of people do like to keep it as a sort of, a coffee table item, I suppose. It's something they can refer to as the season goes on. And look what's coming up the next month or in the next week. So we're more than happy to get out hard copies as we are for people to access it online. But as I said, delighted with the design. It's all kicking, all singing, I think, and very, very, very modern looking, which is something we're delighted about. And I think with the range of activities that are in there as well, it's something we're very proud of, and we're very keen for people to come and get their hands on one.
Rainbows are going to be jealous. There's that much colour packed into this one glossy magazine.
Yep, it's all singing, it's all dancing, Dave, but I think that very much reflects this coming season.
If we're going to cover everything on this show, we're going to get stuck into Seize the Stage. This is the event that we just talked about earlier on the Saturday the 26th of July. Louise Rose and Adam Seeger then, but I think of him as much more than just an Adam. In fact, he's an incredible guy. I can't wait to hear from him too. We'll bring these two in, Richard, and we'll let them have a bit of a chat about what's coming up, because this is something that I don't think any of us, parents, children, can afford to miss.
Hi, I'm Louise Rose. I'm a Community Wellbeing Arts Officer at WLCT based in Cannock Chase, and I've got the good fortune to be one of the organisers of the Seize the Stage Open Day at the Prince of Wales Theatre.
We're talking today about Seize the Stage, which is taking place on 26th of July from 10 till 3. It's at the Prince of Wales Theatre, as you know. And more importantly than anything, it's free. Louise, this is a really great opportunity, isn't it, for kids to get behind the scenes and understand exactly how a theatre operates, and more importantly, what they can get from it.
Yes, you're right, David. It's a brilliant opportunity for the young people of the district. I say it is for 7 to 18-year-olds, and Rich will tell you that we've never done anything of the like before at the theatre, as far as sort of open our doors and, as I say, let the kids seize the stage. We've got lots going on. I mean, we've got the Birmingham Rep have agreed to come down and hold some drama workshops, so that's
nice.
A big coup. We've also got stage makeup sessions and prop making sessions. Those are available throughout the day. We've got the guys that are sort of our important backstage staff are going to do tech tours and tours around the theatre. So that's something else that, again, like the children can get involved in. We've also got visual arts. There's a brilliant artist called Julia Jowett, and she's toured nationally. So she's going to be finding out through using visual arts what else the children would like to do when young people at the theatre. So there's absolutely tons going on, and it's all free of charge.
It really does give you an insight, doesn't it, into what happens in a theatre?
Well, that's it. I mean, people think, actors, celebrities on the stage, but the hard work is really behind the stage, and you're not getting the glamour to go with it. You're getting the blood, sweat and tears. So say there's all the lighting, all the technical stuff, but then you've got your props, you've got your makeup. I mean, there's even the stuff we're doing now, which is all your marketing and promotion side of it. So there's really a whole host of things that go on the theatre that people just don't see, but are just as important to make something work.
How do people actually get involved, Louise? Do they have to book in?
Well, they don't have to book, and I know you've mentioned that it's 5 hours, but how we've done it is that there are going to be a number of sessions run by Birmingham Rep Drama Workshop. Then we've also got a number of backstage tours and stage makeup demos. They're all going to be exactly the same, but it's just giving lots of people the opportunity to have a go. So if, maybe you've got your swimming lesson first thing Saturday morning, so you can't come down to the afternoon, that's fine. You'll still get the same. You can come and do your drama. You can have your tour, or maybe, you've got to go to your grands in the afternoon. Well, come down in the morning and you'll have exactly the same experience throughout the day.
I think that's the reason why we have a daft host on this show, Louise, is that I ask the ridiculous questions so that you can fill in the gaps for me. That makes a lot of sense. Now, if you go to wlct.org/Cannock/theatre, not only can you find a link there to the full schedule, because it's so much going on. That's what I like about it. You'll never get bored. I think even if you saw the same sessions 3 times, you'd still have a great day.
Yeah.
But not only on that page will you find a link to the schedule, you can also win an iPod, because we've got a little survey, haven't we, there about the theatre?
That's right. At this point, I should really mention the people who have funded the whole process, an organisation called Arts Connect West Midlands, and the funding has come through their partnership investment programme. So they're the guys that really are making it happen money-wise. But as I say, we have got to find out this question as part of the project. What do young people want to do? So we need to hear off the young people of the districts, and that's if they come to the open day. They've told us on the school tours, but also if they go to that link on the theatre webpage, they can also tell us that way and potentially win an iPod.
Now, we have Adam Seeger from Ambient Productions also on the show. He's been involved, Louise, hasn't he, in getting this event together, in talking to children at schools beforehand, finding out what they want so that we can create that great programme that we see taking place over at the theatre on the 26th of July. He's worked with you. You're obviously Community Wellbeing Arts. I don't know exactly what it is that you do as a team. Could you enlighten us on that?
Gosh, we do all sorts.
Where do we start?
Oh dear. So, for example, I think my colleague Lisa is on the chase somewhere filming a group of people with disabilities having a go at certain activities, so they can be all filmed for a new website we're doing. I've just been up to the local school to start off a dance training day for teachers, and then come back and obviously been organised in the open day. So we do all sorts. I mean, we tend to use arts as a way to get messages across. So if, like, Staffordshire Public Health want us to target a particular group of people, we'll make that message they want to get out there a bit more interesting, a bit more fun and a bit more exciting.
People who want to find out more about community wellbeing arts or might want to help you out in some way, is there a way that they can get in touch with you, Louise?
Yes, of course. I mean, they can contact me on 01543 501514, or there's also email, which is louise.rose@wlct.org. And if they want to check out our Chase Creative Hub website, and they might want to sign up and promote themselves on there, they can go to Chase Creative Hub. I'll say that again, chasecreativehub.org. And I say that is another free website they can join and get their information on there.
Hi, my name's Adam Seeker, and I am the Artistic Director at Ambient Night Productions.
Ambient Night Productions, then, they've obviously worked with the theatre for quite a long time, and I believe that's where Adam started his theatrical career almost.
Yes, that's right. And I mean, he's a local lad, but has gone on to sort of bigger things, and so it's nice to sort of have him back. And obviously he's got the great connections with, like, young people using the theatre at the moment.
I've been working in conjunction with Richard and Louise, who both work for WLCT. I've been helping out with the school workshops that we've been running, where we've been going around to schools and asking kids what it is that they want to see at the theatre, the sort of things that they want to do at the theatre. As part of the project, we're running the all-day workshop, so we're all going to be there. And my part in that is I'm going to be doing a prop-making workshop all day. It goes a little bit further than just the open day. I mean, what we're hoping for is that we can get feedback that we can then use potentially for more funding or for other projects. So we've got the answers there that we can go back and we can say, well, this is what the kids say they want. And, you know, we want to run more workshops like this, or we'd like to have more of these kinds of shows come into the theatre.
Power Sees the Stage event on the 26th of July. That's a Saturday, 10 till 3. Is absolutely free. But it's a forerunner you could consider to this summer workshop you've just been talking about. And I know you've been doing this with the Prince of Wales Theatre for previous years. What is happening this year?
This year we are doing Return to the Forbidden Planet, which is one of my favourite musicals to direct and to be in. I was in this when I think I was about 15, and I absolutely love it. Forbidden Planet is based on Shakespeare's The Tempest, and Shakespeare's The Tempest was also the basis for the old sci-fi film Forbidden Planet. So what Bob Colton very cleverly did is he sort of mixed the two together. So we have the Forbidden Planet story, but the whole show is written in a Shakespearean style language, and there's lots of wordplay. You know, we have beeps on the scanner screen, 2 beeps or not 2 beeps, lots of clever little things like that.
Love that.
And it's full of 1960s, 1970s rock and roll songs, and it's probably one of the first jukebox musicals, as they're sort of coined now these days, to exist. But it's just so much fun. It's full of energy. It's set on a spaceship, which is always fun, and it's something brand new. We've done a lot of traditional type of musicals before, and we've done things like Beauty and the Beast, and we've done Dr. Dolittle, and we did Seussical, which is based on all the Dr. Seuss characters last year. And I thought, well, if we do this is set on a spaceship. This is something completely different, and it's fun for us, because we're here, you know, the production team are sort of finding sound effects and synthesizer effects, and, you know, we get to play with lots of different video clips and flying through space and things like that. So it's something completely different for us as well. But it's such a good show, because even if someone isn't fortunate enough to get a lead part, they're never going to be off the stage. It's one of these shows that there's always something going on. There's always something to do. And very often it's the people who aren't doing the solos and the people that aren't giving all the big long speeches that have actually got some of the most fun parts to do. We've got an alien attack halfway through the show, So all crew are going to be on stage trying to fight off the alien. And it's just such a huge amount of fun, this show. And I know when I was in it, I enjoyed being in it. And I know when I had people come to see me do it, the audience loved it. And it is one that everyone can enjoy.
This almost can help a child understand where their skills lie, or it will give them an inclination, won't it, Adam, as to what lies ahead for them, and then that can help them ultimately make the right life decisions.
Absolutely. I mean, I had a girl who was in the older group. This is going back sort of 2 or 3 years now, and we did a makeup term. So it was mainly about special effects makeup, learning how to do cuts and bruises like they do on stage and on screen, and she really, really excelled at it. And she sort of came to me. She went, "This is what I enjoy doing. I've never been really confident with the acting and the singing and the dance, and I've enjoyed doing it, but I haven't felt like that's right for me." And all of a sudden, she found this passion for doing makeup, and from there, she started looking at uni courses for, professional makeup. So it's just giving that kid that opportunity to try something new, and it literally is, sometimes just for 12 weeks, for 3 months, given the opportunity to try something new at the weekend, can alter what they do with the rest of their life.
Let me get this straight then, Adam. So kids get together 11th of August. It's the same age range as we'll see at Seize the Stage, isn't it? 7 to 18-year-old.
Yep.
2 weeks every day. I mean, this is a kind of summer camp that was an absolute dream ticket for me as a kid. I would have loved this.
Yeah.
And it all culminates on the 23rd of August with the performance that these children have been working towards for those 2 weeks.
That's correct, yeah.
And wow, so 120 quid, is that right? And is it, if you bring a brother or a sister, they come in for 60?
Yes, that's correct. So it's £120 for the full 2 weeks. They're there for 6 hours a day. We have, we break for lunch and they have breaks throughout the day. But it always astounds me just how quickly these kids pick everything up and how quick we learn everything. If you consider last year, in terms of rehearsal time, if you take out a day for the dress rehearsal and a day for the technical practice, they really only had 8 days to get the whole thing finished. And they were done by 6. They were finished by 6 days. So we had 2 days of just completely rehearsing the whole thing over and over again. And I think part of it is because they enjoy it so much and they can't wait to do that song again, and they want to do this bit again and that scene again. And I'm always amazed at how quickly they get it done. But yeah, £120 for each kid, and £60 if they bring a brother or sister for the brother or sister. And again, if they bring a second brother or sister or anybody, then same again.
Who knows? You might start your career off at the Prince of Wales Theatre in Cannock. Next stop, Prince of Wales Theatre at the West End. Who knows?
You may very well. I started my career off at the Prince of Wales when I was 11 years old, and a few years later, I'm running my own production company now and loving it.
Proof in the pudding. Adam, thanks for your time.
No worries. Thanks very much.
Wow, those guys know their stuff. Don't they love the stage? And I think that's infectious. I think the kids can't fail to have a great time on Saturday the 26th of July at Seize the Stage. Richard, I wish I was 18 again.
Well, Dave, I mean, in all fairness, it's not just for 18-year-olds. It's very much for, youngsters of all ages. Indeed, from 7 to 18 years of age, they can all come along and get involved in their activities here. And I'm hoping that the audience, listening to both Louise and Adam as well, they understand the passion that they've got for theatre. But in particular, in this instance, the passion they've got for sort of generating youth activity in theatre generally, and in the Prince of Wales in particular. I mean, we've worked with Adam for a number of years here, because as well as delivering our summer project and being very much involved in Seize the Stage, he's here every Saturday during term time. Wow. Delivering workshops for local youngsters as well. So, boy, does he throw his passion for theatre into his work, and the feedback that we have from youngsters, and from mums and dads alike is quite astounding, actually.
Good to have him on board. Now, you're talking about somebody who's all about the theatre. I don't think they come more dynamic, more exciting, or perhaps more long-lasting in the memory than Martha Reeves bringing the Vandellas along to the Prince of Wales Theatre on the 26th of September. It's a Friday. I've got a hunch that you're looking forward to this one.
Yes, absolutely, Dave. I'm particularly excited about Martha Reeves coming to the Prince of Wales. I, like many people out there, I love my Motown. But are we talking about one of the actual living legends of Motown. Decades in the business, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas have got. Many of us will know Where to Run, Dancing in the Street and Heatwave. And she's, still performing now, performing terrific sets to great acclaim as well. I've seen a couple of reviews of concerts she's done in the last few months, and I'm absolutely confident that is going to be an all-singing, all-dancing, terrific night for Motown fans of all ages.
Get your hands on some of those tickets because I'm sure they'll sell fast. £22.50, Friday 26th of September, 7:30. You can get over to boxoffice.wlct.org. If you want to do it online, or as Richard knows only too well, very welcome to give us a call. And the phone number for that is 01543 578 762. Martha has been going even longer than the Prince of Wales Theatre, and if you're lucky enough to have picked up a copy of the latest events guide, or indeed you've seen it online, you'll notice a very prominent logo. 30 years of entertainment. Richard, you're almost up to that, aren't you?
Not quite, Dave. I haven't been here all those years. Although it's fair to say I've been here for a fair few of them. But yes, you're right, Dave. 1984, the autumn of 1984, the Prince of Wales Centre opened.
Wow.
Here in Cannock, and I mean, for 30 years since, we have been providing great entertainment for local people. The other thing that's really, really important to say is, we are here very much for local people to perform as well. It's not just about the Martha Reeves shows and your Ken Dodds and so on and so forth. It's about tens of hundreds, thousands indeed, of local people who over those 30 years have been on stage performing in dance schools, performing in amateur dramatics, amateur operatic shows. I personally have seen kids performing in shows at the age of 5, 6, 7 and 8 who was still doing so 20, 30 years later. And it's really important that community theatres like our own are here very much for local people, as we are for the stars as well. So we pride ourselves in always being available and working really closely with those local groups. And I like to think that we've brought a lot of enjoyment over those 30 years, as I say, both to customers and to people performing. And here's to the next 30, Dave.
Never ceases to amaze me, Richard, just how closely knit the Cannock Chase community is, and how it's always coming up with new ideas and fresh things to do. And just, I guess, the best example is the campaign for Real Ale, the new branch, Cannock Chase, which is bringing its inaugural Real Ale Festival to the theatre, isn't it, in September? You want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. I mean, I think, again, it just goes to show that, we're not exclusive here. I mean, yes, the thrust of our programming is theatre and entertainment, but we were approached by a brand new branch of CAMRA, the Cannock Chase branch. They wanted to put on their very first festival, and they couldn't see a better venue in the district than using the Prince of Wales.
I think for next year, Richard, we've got to think about a campsite, because I could take those whole 3 days and just see you every day of the week. It'd be a paradise for me, Richard. I could come and stay in your office, and we could do it onto the CAMRA Festival every day of the week. I tell you what, count me in.
I don't know about the office, Dave, but I'll find a space for you in the dressing room. How's that?
Well, listen, how about this then? So 30 years, this is just one of the thousands of shows. More shows than there were goals for Germany against Brazil in the World Cup this week. Must be counting for a few, that. And I'd like to know, not only, Richard, your favourite memory, and we'll come to that in a minute, but I'd love to know, all these people have been going to the Prince of Wales Theatre for years. I'm sure many of our listeners are among that number. I'd like to know what your favourite memories are of the shows. What anything unusual? I mean, who's been your favourite artist? Before you kick in, Richard, I'd like to open this up wide to our listeners. So we've got our own, as you know, Twitter account. So why don't you tweet us at twitter.com/POW Cannock. That's POW Cannock on the Twitter. And let us know. You've got 440 characters. Let your imagination run wild. And maybe we'll be able to use some of those on a future edition of the show, or maybe even on the website. So over to you, Richard. Yeah, you've seen a fair share of action at the Prince of Wales Theatre. What's your favourite memory?
I mentioned amateur theatre a minute ago, and that's very, very dear to us. And a local group called Chadsmore Choral Society. They ended up being the very first amateur group in the whole country to get the rights to perform the stage musical of Barnum when that came out. And for anyone that remembers that, back in the, crikey, that would have been now late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. Michael Crawford, of course, was in it. And, I mean, that was terrific. I mean, we had a professional... what do you call them? Trapeze wire set up. The gentleman that was actually playing the lead role spent months and months and months rehearsing to make sure that he could actually, trapeze walk properly, and that was very, very exciting for us.
Richard, I'm going to have to stop you because I think you need to take this to the stage. I see there's a vacancy in February next year and it's got your name on it. Richard Kay and his memories of the theatre come into the Cannock Prince of Wales Theatre in the not-too-distant future. If we get enough people on Twitter saying it's a good idea, I think we can make it happen.
Well, I'll give some consideration to an evening with Dave, but I'm not making any promises, believe you me.
Wonderful. Well, we've got a real potpourri of performances this autumn, that's clear to see and to say, and we've really enjoyed going through the brochure. We'll be talking lots more about this in the next episode. You're on episode 3 at the moment. There's doubtless going to be an episode 4. You just try and hold this great man Richard Kay back. I don't think it's possible. But we've had a great time talking to you. Again, if you've got a chance to send your children, or if you are under the age of 18 and over the age of 7, get over to Seize the Stage on the 26th of July. It is completely free. It is, of course, at the Prince of Wales Theatre. It starts at 10 o'clock, finishes at 3, and there's loads of workshops going on throughout the day. Get over there. And again, any of the performances you've heard about today, get over to the box office at boxoffice.wlct.org or call us at Richard. The telephone number is...
Telephone number, Dave, to speak to someone direct is 01543 578 762.
Wonderful. We've had a great time. I hope you have too, and we can't wait to speak to you soon. Until then, get over to the theatre and go and see some fabulous acts. Bye for now. The Prince of Wales Theatre Show is brought to you by WLCT, a social enterprise working with councils across the UK, encouraging everyone to be active, creative and healthy. For more information, go to wlct.org.